Mrs. Z here with Cap. We are just coming back from picking green beans and zucchini squash and cucumbers in the garden, and we were zipping along past our blackberry bed, and I noticed that there are some that are ripe. So I thought I would run back to the house and get some containers so that I can pick some blackberries. Do you remember trimming off, pruning those blackberries last early spring? Well, now here we are, July the 12th, and we are picking blackberries. All that hard work pruning paid off. So join me and we'll pick some delicious blackberries. Well, those are my blackberries. Do those blackberry vines look the same as they did after we got done pruning them? Look how leafy and filled out they are. And look at those luscious blackberries all over those vines. Wow, aren't there a lot of blackberries on those vines? Now, after they bloom, a green blackberry, a tiny green blackberry, appears where the bloom is, and then they turn red. You see a lot of red ones there, and then when they're ripe, they turn a beautiful dark purple that kind of looks like black. You see those there? Looks to me like there are some purple ones. Let's pick one and see what we get. I found a purple and I picked it. Let's see if it tastes good. Ooh, that's good. It's a little sour though. I'm kind of surprised. Let me try another one. See? Isn't that beautiful? Good stuff. That'll make some wonderful blackberry jam. Remember, just like we made that strawberry jam out of strawberries, you can make freezer blackberry jam out of these blackberries, and I plan to do that. Get you a box of Sure-Jell at Walmart or the grocery store and look for the recipe for freezer jam blackberry, and it'll tell you how to make that jam out of these blackberries. One word of caution: be sure you run all the juice of the blackberries after you smash them. Run all of those through a light cloth, like a dishcloth, and get all of those seeds out of your blackberries, or your jam is going to be really, really seedy and hard to eat. Remember, these are tame blackberries. The wild blackberries have been putting on purple berries for probably the last 3 weeks, but I haven't noticed any the last week. They were there for about 2 weeks in our fence rows and such. They have lots and lots of thorns, but these are tame blackberries. They're bigger than the wild ones, and they don't have any thorns, so they make for easy picking. Because we did all that weeding and pruning away all the dead stuff and the weeds last spring, there aren't a lot of weeds to wade through here. And therefore, I don't get chiggers, and that pleases me immensely. So I'm going to get busy and pick these blackberries. Great, and I'll be back. Not too shabby. We found a lot of them and we're only halfway done. I am so thankful to have blackberries because many summers it's so dry and hot here in Kansas that right about the time my blackberries start to turn purple, they wither up and they die because it's too hot and dry. So this summer we've had a lot more rain and cooler temperatures, and my blackberries like that. So I am very thankful for that. Another thing I'm thankful for, I'm glad that I didn't meet up with any snakes in my blackberries, because one year I was picking blackberries and I found myself looking eye to eye with a green garter snake, and you think I screamed? I did. And I jumped back, and he jumped back because he wasn't interested in seeing me either, and we both kept our distance from each other from then on. So I always keep my eyes open for those sneaky snakes in my blackberry bushes when I'm picking. Hey, I'm only halfway done, so I better get busy and get the other half picked. Hey guys! While I was picking those blackberries, I noticed a weed coming up. A big weed. In fact, it was a tree. I call anything that doesn't belong a weed. And what was coming up in my blackberries is a pecan tree. It's planted right under this pecan tree, this big one. And we have a small pecan tree coming up in my blackberries, and I don't want pecan trees growing in my blackberry bed, so I'm going to take these clippers and I'm going to cut it out, because if I don't, that will cause my blackberry bed not to produce as much fruit next year, because there's only so much water that comes from that rain, and if a tree sucks up all the water through the roots, then my blackberry won't get any. So I'm going to cut that pecan tree out of my blackberry bed. That is my pecan tree. And I think there's some more of it down here. Let me double check. Make sure I get it all, because I don't want that in my blackberry. There you go. And one more, I think. There you go. Looky there. I want to show you one more weed that I have trouble with. You never can get all the weeds out. I try and try and try, but then I keep getting more that grow up. You always try to keep getting them out. This one is a vine. It's called a morning glory. And it grows all by itself. Nobody has to plant it. Weeds were wonderful about that. You don't plant them. They just grow all by themselves. Looky there. That's a morning glory vine. And if I don't pull those out as I'm picking, eventually they'll take over all of my blackberries and I won't have any blackberries left. So it's important to get rid of the weeds. I think that's a lot better. There's another one. Let me grab that one too. We'll just pull that morning glory vine right on out of there. Got him. Well guys, I think I'm done. Not too bad for about a 30-minute job, right? Not too bad at all. I'm going to head back to the house and make something out of these blackberries. What do you think I should do with them? Should I make blackberry jam to put in the freezer? Or should I make a blackberry pie? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section what you think I should do with these blackberries. And hey, if you ever have a chance to go blackberry picking, do it. It's a fun adventure to enjoy on the farm. I'm going to head back now, so I'm going to sign off. Hey, be sure and like and subscribe to catch more fun adventures at Hickory Creek Farms. Bye-bye!